Switchblade, train tracks, bra, Maserati.
Episode 16. Hi, Brian.
Sweet 16. Hi,
Sweet
Joe.
16. Oh my God. Speaking of that, do you remember? I don't remember what channel it was. TLC maybe. Remember
The band?
No. Yeah, but them too. Don't go, Jason Waterfalls.
That's what I always. Don't go, Jason. That's funny.
Jason Waterfalls.
We've never talked about this before. I said the same thing.
We're the same guy. We look similar.
Who's Jason?
Who's Jason? Where's he going? No, it was on TLC, and it was about. I'm sure it was all staged, but they had like the Sweet 16 birthday parties where the birthday
16 and pregnant?
similar. That's making more birthdays. No, so they had like a Sweet 16 thing, but the birthday girl or birthday boy were always assholes, and it was super rich parents that were throwing elaborate Sweet 16 parties, and you want to punch all the kids because
it's like a bridezilla, but it's a kidzilla.
Yep. And like, I want a white pony.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, honey. We'll check out behind door number 2.
Yeah. And they, I'll take it back and get you a white pony. They just take it out back, shoot it.
She's like, I told you she didn't want a yellow Ferrari.
Break it into glue.
Yeah.
And
she wanted a red Ferrari, not a yellow one. God damn it, Dad. You're so
Still
stupid.
gonna go with my outfit.
I haven't thought about that show in forever. I'm sure going back and watching
I forgot about that show.
100% staged. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way that shit really exists in that amount. That quantity, they could have series or season after season of shithead kids and rich parents.
Well, none of those shows are real. They're always staged. What was it? Oh, 16 Candles. That's what. Yeah, 16 Candles with
people.
What's her name? Michael W. Smith.
Angelo.
I'm right here waiting for you.
Thanks again to everybody. Keep supporting us on Patreon. We appreciate it. We've got a lot of new people signing up. Head over to patreon.com/canyoudon'tpodcast. That is wonderful. Keep sending in your confessions. That was fun. And that was just last week.
It was.
Our first confession segment. And there were some good ones in there. And boy, have we got more rolling in. It's good to see the emails flying in once again to heyguys@canyoudon'tpodcast.com. There's a ton in there, and a lot of them are confessions, and a lot of them are naughty. One of them, I haven't read the whole bit because I want to be surprised when we put it in the show, but it is so funny. And I know a lot of people that are, if you jump from one relationship to the other and there's kids involved, there's some really funny deep thoughts in that one. I'm sure it'll go in our next confession
I hope
segment.
I never have to do that.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Hey!
First-hand accounts.
Hey, yo. And we got a bunch of emails about mailman situation.
Yeah.
We fucked something up. What'd we do?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're ignorant as hell.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we just start rambling about stuff that we have no idea what we're talking about.
Trying our best.
And, you know, I just happened to throw out the idea that it was like, why is this guy walking up to my house with my mail
Who do you think
in
you
a
are?
regular pants and a shirt?
Excuse me, peasant.
Yeah.
You bring me my Avista bill. Wearing goddamn khakis.
Yeah, he brings me a bill dressed like that.
look presentable.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
You bum.
Be professional.
You bum.
So basically, there was a lot of emails, and here's one of them.
Okay.
We got lots of emails. Hey, daddies, I was just listening to your latest episode when you talked about Brian having a letter carrier approach him. Is that what they're called now, letter carrier? Without a uniform. That's actually really normal with an exclamation. It's normal! When a carrier is first hired, they're only given a satchel, dog spray. I love how dogs...
And a pellet gun.
And yeah, exactly. Sometimes a USPS hat. After a 4-month probationary period, USPS will give the new employee a voucher to go buy actual uniforms. So at the end of the day, the only thing you have to worry about is not getting your neighbor's mail, since the new employees often work different routes each day, which obviously makes them less familiar with delivery. I love how they give you dog spray. You right out of the gate,
but you don't get a shirt.
You don't get a shirt. You got to go buy that with a voucher.
They must have bought like some discount, hell of a deal on dog spray.
And where do you go to get, like, do you remember in high school when you had to get your PE uniforms or whatever? Did you have PE uniforms?
No, we had to wear whatever we wanted.
Okay, we did. And so, like, but I think we had to go to, like, Tri-State or something, and there was a big wall of so we had to go buy our own PE uniforms. I wonder if that's what it's like. You go in the store and it's just male, female, and male outfits everywhere.
I bet. Or go online. I know that there's those types of stores for the medical field for nurses and doctors and stuff like that. They're just dedicated stores where they have your shit and that's it. But
Yeah. Anyway, that'll be $5 for in postage due from our son that you left. He's part of the Bills Mafia.
Oh, okay. I've seen videos of you guys.
Yeah. Do you also jump off of campers onto tables? And
I did that.
I will admit that I did Eastern one time.
I did that down at U of I for sure. But it would usually be onto like cars and not tables because because that would be ridiculous to jump on a table. I would rather dent in someone's hood than onto a table. Ouch. No thanks.
As an additional fun fact, carriers in rural areas don't have to wear uniforms at all, and not even have to take and a lot of them even have to take their personal vehicle to deliver. So you're just cruising around in your Ford Taurus and you're dressed up in your pajamas.
Maybe you've been killing it and now you're bored. So you go out there just in a brand new Maserati, and you're just delivering mail in street clothes.
Driving 180 miles an hour because you can.
Try and throw shit at mailboxes.
Yeah. That's why it can go that fast. That's why the speedometer says that.
He gets his mail. His delivery route is done in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's just knocking
back home.
Yeah, he's back home playing Need for Speed.
You see,
Pursuit.
like FedEx guys, UPS guys, they're in a hurry all the time because they had to make their times.
Gotta go.
This guy just 30 minutes done. He's back playing PlayStation.
Rural road, straight shot.
That reminds me, I saw another email and I didn't bring it in because I didn't realize we were going to talk about it. But I'm just going to mention it. So I forget who it was. So I apologize who sent it in. Shit, what was I saying?
Something about an email that somebody sent in, but you forget their name and you apologize.
Go backwards. What were we just talking about?
About mail, fast cars.
Yes.
Okay.
So she said the reason that a lot of times they have like 180 is because not just MPH, but kilometers. So it goes because the numbers are different. Yeah. So the kilometers are up higher. So they have MPH on there to follow along with kilometers.
I mean, I'll believe it. A lot of people also said that there was they regulate it to make sure that your normal driving speed is the top of the dial. So you easily see going 60 to 75 or whatever, or 50, whatever. It's at the top of the dial. Right. And then you finish off the circle for the aesthetic.
Circle.
Yeah, the half circle so it doesn't look weird.
So I guess some of them are a circle.
Yeah. Some
Fast
just keep
cars.
going. Fast cars. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
360. Because that'd be full circle, right?
Yeah. We did it.
So right in the middle would be 180. So that's where you should be driving.
Yeah, 1 degree is 1 mile per hour. I've never seen a speedometer like that, but I like it. So thanks for that update. That makes a lot more sense. Thanks, Siri. My Siri started looking up like speed velocity.
Oh, thanks for her.
Here's what I found on the web.
Yep.
Okay.
Usually she doesn't know anything.
I know nothing at all. Okay,
she's a woman, so.
All right. Well, here we go again. You ready to move off into our question to start the show? All right, let's do it.
Hey, shut up. Start the show already.
Joe, it's time to start the show officially.
Yay!
This was sent in by our bastard son, Jackson. Who, you ever heard of the Bastard Sons?
I have. They're good.
Those guys kick ass.
Very good musical band.
Musical outfit.
Right. What an outfit, those guys.
Greetings, fathers. Hope you're well.
Thanks.
Don't ask if I am. Right. It's none of your goddamn business.
That reminds me of one of my favorite things to say. When people say, like, hey, have a good day. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. You're not the boss of me.
Have a great weekend.
Maybe I want to have a shitty weekend.
You're not my mom.
Yeah.
What? Just leave them to be. All right, carry on. I'm done with that interjecting.
You sure? Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
It is your bastard son, Jackson, again, and I want to know...
That reminds me of one of my other favorite things to say. No, go ahead.
Reminds me of one of my favorite things to do is interrupt people while they're talking.
Okay, back to you.
For the next 30 years, you have to live with one person in the same room all the time.
Marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Same room.
Oh, gotcha. Jail marriage.
Afterwards, you have to kill them.
Yikes.
No loopholes. Do you choose someone you like or someone you hate? Thanks for taking me in and doing a great job of raising me. Love you both.
I think, first thought, no matter who's in there, eventually you're going to hate them and want to kill them. So that's fun. Are they trying to kill you or they just don't know? Like they're an innocent puppy?
Yeah, they just happen.
Hey, what another great day with you, Brian. I'm glad we're spending another day together. And they're just like, they're pumped to be there?
Yeah, they
just don't know that you're going to kill them in 30 years.
They're a pawn in your whole thing.
Okay.
So do you want to live with someone for 30 years that you're going to get along with and not have a miserable time?
Right.
And then feel awful that you have to kill them? Or do you want to hate a person and then get the joy of just bashing their brains in?
30 years is a lot of life. That's a lot of life.
And just to kill him at the end, like I would want to take my time, I think.
Like drag out the murder part?
Yeah, I think like if you're gonna put up with that for 30 years, you might as well have
torture him for
fun.
or torture him for another 30.
Yeah.
Yeah,
again, now it's your turn to
marriage.
play.
Marriage.
Right. So 60 years?
60 years of marriage.
That's about right.
Is, yeah. No, that's from 0. You're a baby. That'd be so funny.
No, people are 60 all the time.
I picture, now it's just 2 babies. And they grow up together, and at the end, they're like, hey, by the way, you got to kill him.
That sounds like an old-timey marriage where they're just like, it's 2 families, house Paisley.
Arranged baby friends?
Yeah. They had a play date, and then they're like, you know what? You know what would be cute is if they got married, and they made a pact.
I've got Halloween on the brain. This is our first episode of October, right?
No.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah.
Wait.
I was just going to say real quick, could you imagine in like modern days, you know how like, oh, let's have a play date. Mm-hmm. You've got a little boy or girl and...
Dude, I'm having...
Siri needs to fuck off.
Taking this watch off. Why is she... Why today is she like, hey, it sounds like you're trying to do math.
Helpful?
Hey, I'm going to try to help you today.
I'm all set! Well, your watch is set. Yeah. So in a modern marriage or modern life right now where you just go, oh, we're going to have a play date. And then you're like, you know, it'd be so cute if they were end up together, which happens all the time. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine if they made an agreement, this is going to happen, and then you forced your kids to get married?
Watch this, a long, drawn-out TV show.
And you raise them
murder babies,
like the old way where you're like, this is your role is to get married to this person, so they don't know any different. So it was a modern day arranged marriage.
Arranged murder.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool.
It started from a play date.
No, I was going to say that this reminds me of a new Saw movie. They're running out of ideas. What Saw are they on now?
I don't know if they're making it anymore.
It's like now that's what I call music.
Yeah.
But the Saw franchise is kind of in the same boat.
I can see the album.
Now this is what I call music 496. It's coming. Why would they stop now? How are they still making money? Anyway. It reminds me of like a new twist on a Saw movie. We just got to watch these babies grow up, but when they turn 30, they have to kill each other, and they know it. So they're just waiting until the day they turn 30, and let's just say they're born on the same day, just so the movie works.
Okay.
And then as soon as that happens, like maybe tools fly, the doors open, and like 2 knives come in. And then it's a terrible movie.
Then the curtains come up out, right. and we're sitting in the audience.
Yeah. Go. And then the announcer's like, and they're up.
Yep.
First season of Murder Babies.
Celebrity
baby death match?
Death match. Yeah, I mean, imagine like in the old Coliseum days where there's like the guy stands up, he's like, everybody, you know, attention, because I like Spartacus or one of those movies, and the guy's yelling out, and it's basically that you fight to the death, and then there's another set of babies that are waiting in the wings to start it all over again.
This is a stupid side note, but I'm going to say it anyway. Have you watched Love, Death, and Robots yet?
I haven't.
It's a ton of short, like fucked up, crazy, mind-bending animations. And one of them, if you want to see a cool one, look up Sonny's Edge. Back to you. It's in this same field of like another announcer guy and then fighting things. And yeah, it's fucking sweet.
I just envision every movie in the 80s that came out with an act like Bloodsport, Kickboxer.
Bloodsport.
That's all there was, dude.
The crushed up the marble in the eyes.
Chong Li.
Van Damme just...
Dude, every movie that came out had a fight. It was fighting in montages. That's all it was in the 80s.
That's all they needed. Well, yeah, of course, tits.
Just obligatory nudity everywhere.
Fighting, blood, tits, and massive bush.
Oh yeah. Do you remember movies like Revenge of the Nerds where they just put cameras up and he actually rapes a woman too, but it's because he dresses up as Darth Vader and then
so now it's funny.
Yeah. He's got a mask on, so it's funny, but he rapes us, and then she falls in love with him.
Oh boy, cool.
Anyway,
how did that pass?
Because it was the 80s,
right? So back to the question. I think because 30 is such a long chunk of my life, I'm gonna have to be in there with somebody I like and have to kill him, and then I'll hope that I can move on. I'll come to terms with the fact that I have to kill him eventually, and we're making the best of what we got right now. But if I'm trapped in there with someone I absolutely hate, I'm probably going to end my own life before I get out of there to kill him.
Here's a question.
Like how much hate do you hate this person?
Well, so I have another question this might change my decision.
Okay.
When when the 30 years is up and you have to kill the person, are you still trapped in the room by yourself, or is that now you get out and you can go live in society?
I think it's like a key to unlock the door so you can get back to your life. I think you have to get out of there.
Because that changes things. Like if you have to stay in the room and you just got to think about, I just killed the person that I loved and was in here every day with.
And then the announcer speaker's like, and now you have to eat him.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't part of the contract.
Because I think I would kill myself, because like you kill that person, then you're going to do, there's no reason to live after that, because you're going to be sitting there thinking about it.
Maybe that's what our bastard son Jackson meant with the no loopholes. So now the other part is, I don't know why, but my brain the entire time was thinking like it's going to be another, like a friend of mine. But it also could be a lady that you like, so you get to do all that stuff for 30 years and then kill them. But I'm leaning back towards, no matter how much you like somebody, if you're trapped in a room with them for 30 years, you're going to hate them and want to kill them anyway at the end. So I would go in with somebody I like, get the most years I can out of it, eventually hate them and kill them.
I mean, it's going to be a year before you hate them.
Yeah,
so now you're going to have 20
29
years
more.
that you hate it. So you might as well go with the person you hate.
What a roller coaster this is.
Oh, I know where you're going.
You go in with the person you hate, you end up liking them, then you have to kill them.
Right, that would suck.
That's
Or
a roller coaster.
on the other side of it, you go in with someone you like, you have a few good years, then you start to grow to hate them, and then you can't wait to kill them. So at least you had a few good
that's
years.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm going with. I'd rather go in with something good or else just hate them the whole time.
Something tells me I'm into something murdery.
Like I have to do that.
I think I'm going with that.
If I have to kill them, I don't want to kill anybody anyway. When it comes down to it, me and my personality, whether I like them or really hate them, I think in that moment, I don't want to kill them no matter what. So I'd rather get the best out of the years that are ahead of it.
Yeah, because I've had this conversation before with people, and I was like, it would take so much for me to kill someone. Like I would have, even if they did something awful.
Yeah, if I killed my family, I don't even know if I'd still probably have a hard time killing them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you're still like, even though you're so angry at them, like it's still taking a life. I'm not sure. Like I'll dig around in a pool for a half hour to get a fly that's struggling to get out of the water.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, my wife hates it.
Yeah, look at you, bitch. No, I'm kind of the same way. I don't like killing spiders in my house. I like to catch them and release them.
Me too.
I don't know what's wrong with us. We're big babies.
Dude, I used to do this with mice. I let them out. And then I would catch them and then drive them and then
put them out the window going 90. You're free.
No, I took him over to the park one time, let him go, and it ran over to, it probably went in someone else's house, and then they trapped and killed it.
Well,
but I don't know for sure.
That's his fault. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know for sure. Yeah, I think I'm going with that. I do.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, we just got to get a good one in there. Yeah, I guess it keeps on making me think about jail.
If it's a chick and you hate her, you could just hate fuck for a little bit.
Yikes. Yeah, but you could do that anyway. I think you're going to eventually anyway.
What if you
she's going to hate fuck you too.
Yeah.
That's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
That's going to be awful. Man,
how does a woman hate fuck?
Just aggressive, like wiener snapping.
But like you could,
motions.
If you decided you didn't, like if you could go limp.
Yeah,
then
good luck.
Assuming you could do that,
you have control over that. Oh, please. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a good person. I'm going with a good person first. That's what I'm saying. That's it. I don't know. I don't want to be trapped with someone I hate.
Could you go in there with someone you hate and then you try to kill? Like, let's say you're trying to kill them because you're so upset with them. You're choking him out, but they can't die for 30 years.
It's a huge dude.
No, you can't. He like they can't
he's like, what are you doing?
For 30 years. So you're just choking this person until they should be dead, but they're not dying because
keep waking back up.
No, they're not even. They're just like the whole time. They won't even pass out. Or maybe they pass out.
They pass out and they just like, you're like, I gotta do it.
Hey! And then you wake up, you're like,
this is fun game.
Maybe they won't remember that.
Well, hopefully they don't remember that. I pictured you get trapped in there with someone you hate, but the dude you hate happens to be a massive man.
Yeah.
And at the end, he's like, all right, we're finally out of here. And he gives you a hug and like you try to like stab him. He goes, what are you doing? And you're like, oh no. Oh, nothing. And he's like, what? It pushes you away. Like, whoa. What are you up to? You try to punch him? Yeah, do you get a tool or is it bare hands fucking murder? I don't know. But without those things
can
included in the
kill
question,
you after the 30 years?
Exactly. These weren't in here. I'm guessing you just have to kill them.
Okay.
Let's go with the next
We're going with the same thing.
Okay, sweet. All right, let's move on to some fun stories that I have for you.
All right.
All right, buckle up.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, babe?
what are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit. What are you thinking about?
We were just
Like a
laughing.
cartoon.
Yeah, during that little transition there, we imagined the giant dude from the Green Mile. That was the guy you were trapped in the room with. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, he's so gentle.
Makes me sad.
I'm not happy anymore.
Why'd you do that? I thought we were friends.
Or what is it? Flowers for Algernon? Is
I
that
don't know. I've never seen it.
The big dude that's like mentally
It
challenged.
sounds correct.
He squeezes someone and kills him.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like, I love you. And like the Looney Tunes, I'll
Never
call
let you go.
George.
Never let you
And
go.
I'll hug you and kiss you and call you George.
And you are all mine.
And then you squeeze him to death.
Oh boy. Okay, so this past weekend, from the time that we're recording this, I was back home for my dad's celebration of life, which was great. By the way, it was amazing. It was wonderful to see how loved he was in the community. A lot of stuff donated, food, a bunch of bands played for free. So there's a couple hundred people in the city park.
He was a big deal.
You got people. He's a very loved guy. And he'd always just help out a ton of people. So when it came down to it, we had a bunch of bands, a lot of people talking and sharing stories, and it was good to be down there, and it was fun to not really like get it out of the way, but just kind of like finally have that final thing on all of that stuff.
Oh yeah,
so to speak.
Because it's always in your mind, like I gotta do
and
this,
it's always going to be.
Yeah.
But it was nice to just see it in that way. And I mean, yeah, sad, happy, good, laughy, funny, all the stuff. But anyway, on our way down there. I'm fucking stupid. So as we've talked about, I've been doing a lot more hiking recently. Just
you're trying to find yourself.
I'm out there reconnecting with nature and really getting grounded, stuff like that. New limits, no limits.
Yeah, I can sense a difference in you.
Yeah, right. Have you climbed a mountain?
You've matured.
Is this 5 mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Wait, you haven't climbed a mountain, right? I have. You haven't done that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I did that one last week.
Yeah. So we go to the airport. And I bring this up because I'm putting a bunch of stuff in my backpack that I normally wouldn't because I'm doing all this hiking stuff. So we get to the airport and we're getting up to the scanner situation. And I put all the stuff on there. It's just me and the kids traveling down to my dad's celebration of life. And everything's going through the X-ray scanner. Now, as it's going through, I saw it beeps a little bit and then people like huddle around the screen a little bit. And at that exact moment, I was like, oh, fuck. So I forgot that I put my Switchblade. Super illegal Switchblade in my backpack and just brought it to the airport. It's not big, but it's super illegal. In Idaho, no, fine. They sell them down on the street. You can buy a Switchblade. In Washington, super illegal. In an airport, also very illegal.
Super duper illegal.
So they go, is this your bag? I'm like, yeah. And in my head, I'm like, please, have it be any other knife besides the Switchblade.
Please be the dildo.
Please be that spring-loaded dildo that I'm borrowing from Bryant. And he opens it up. First of all, fuck off. You don't have to rip everything out of my goddamn backpack. It makes me so mad. And they make you put it all back in. Like when a cop searches your car. I've never had, but I had friends. And they just rip everything out. And they're like, anyway, have a good day.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck you?
Well, they do the same thing when there's an accident and they just leave the glass all over the place.
Like, fuck it, someone else's problem. So they ripped everything out. And the guy, luckily, the TSA agent, was somewhat cool as far as TSA agents go. But he grabbed it and he held it and he looked at me and then he pushed it up and went, and he goes, oh no. I was like, fucking, he goes, these are illegal. I'm like, I know, I forgot it was in there. I live in Idaho. And he goes, okay. He goes, well, I got to call the cops. I'm like, fuck. So I'm with my kids.
It's like, too bad this didn't come out the side, right?
So they pull me. I know, just flip up the side.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think they can be spring loaded that way. They can be spring assisted, but they can't whip out. Anyway, so he pulls me aside. I'm being held in the security office. My kids are just standing outside of it. Oh, Ezra, of course, already an emotional stress ball. So he's convinced Daddy's going to prison. And they call him the Washington State Police. So the police come in, and one person is looking at my knife and my driver's license. The other one's frisking me to make sure I don't have dynamite. Dynamite. Yeah, dildos or dynamite.
Dynamite dildos.
Exploding dildos in my shoes or whatever they're looking for. And she's like, I gotta call this in. She goes, there's nothing, as long as we don't find anything on your background, you're free to go. I was like, cool. please God, don't there be anything I don't know about. And while they're doing that, I'm looking out the window at my kids, and they're swiping and testing all of my fucking bags and luggage for chemicals. Like I'm just a fucking this 3-inch switchblade, and put me on the radar, the terrorist group radar.
ISIS.
So they came back. She goes, well, as you guessed, you're not getting this back. I was like, yeah, I figured. So we're going to destroy this. She goes, good news.
Destroy.
She goes, good news. I talked to, I forget what she said, captain, blah, blah. She goes, we're not going to charge you like through Washington State. And I'm like, good, because fuck you. I mean, in my brain, I'm like, okay, thank you so much. Like, honest to God, didn't know it was in there. She goes, however, she got a little whispery. She goes, you could still be federally prosecuted. And I was like, what? She goes, yeah. She goes, the airport has their own, federal laws, so they could still do that. So as the time I'm telling the story, I still could be federally prosecuted.
You're waiting for that phone call.
However, I was like, how serious? You're letting me go right now. So how serious is this? She goes, well, I don't think they will, but you could. I was like, so you're just saying that to be a bitch. Like, I didn't say that back, but
could you imagine if you were mid-flight
I
and they
grabbed
were
out
like,
another switchblade.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the
they
fuck?
They tackle you.
Who do you think I am? Yeah. I didn't kill my wife. Oh shit, you missed this one. Shing. No, so that was my switchblade story. I already ordered another one. Don't worry about me. And it's the same one that I bought you.
Yeah, because I was going to... Oh, mine's in my bag.
Oh, yeah. Don't go to the airport.
I was about to whip it out.
Oh, well, don't go to the airport
I do that. I swear to God, I do that every time I go to the airport. Even though I know I don't have anything in there, I don't have drugs, or I know that. But every time that goes through there, I'm like, I'm stressed out. I'm like, did somebody put something in my bag?
You're like, oh my God, am I smuggling cocaine?
Yeah. it's a real thought.
It's super irrational.
Yeah.
Man, I don't normally have heroin in my backpack, but I didn't check for heroin.
Does anybody else do that? Do you do that normally?
God, I was checking for knives and guns. I didn't check for heroin.
I didn't check the heroin.
I didn't check for heroin. In the side pocket? The super small one where I keep my weed? Oh, shit!
And it's all duct tape. It's like a kilo duct tape like they do in the movies.
Yeah, and then you use your switchblade to cut it open and test it.
Well, yeah, you cut it and then you snip. Yeah,
little key bump.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The officers are doing that with your fucking switchblade in the back room.
Yep.
Guarantee it. Okay, but that was, I think it's funny, unless I go to fucking prison. That's not funny.
That wouldn't be funny.
No, we'd miss an episode or 18.
What else?
How long do I go to jail for a switchblade? Or I just get fined.
That seems like a fine.
If I
thing.
a no
it's
fly,
fine.
It's fine. A no fly list for a 3-inch switchblade. That's gonna be a bummer. Every time I have to
Good
drive
thing it
my
wasn't
car.
a box cutter.
Yeah, or a bazooka. Oh, who put that in there?
A bazooka probably would have been better than that knife.
Like one of those old comedy movies where like, whoop, like they're pulling.
It's like a 10-inch thing, 10-foot long thing.
Foot long bazooka, a ladder.
Yeah.
A bunch of rocks. I don't know. Okay, so as we're down in Sun Valley, there has just been a lot of death in the Paisley family. Like a couple of years ago, my grandma passed. And then just 4 weeks ago from now, one of my cousins, her mom died.
Good God.
So a lot of fun. So we figured while all of the family was together down there for my dad's celebration of life, we would also do something for my grandma and her mom, right? So we go down to the river. It's a very fun, not fun. There's a fucking blast,
We
bro.
had a hoot.
And we raged. No, so we go down to the river.
That's what they would have wanted.
Grandma loves an 8-ball. So we sat down on the bank, and just like Grandma, we shot up. We got the spoons out, smoked some crack. No, so we are down at the river. Everybody, for the most part, probably 98% of the Paisley family is just like musical, just the way it worked out. So we're all singing songs, and it's a beautiful moment.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, fucking Hakuna Matata. And we go down to the riverbank to spread the ashes. So my uncle, John, has my grandma's ashes, okay? And then my second cousin has her grandma's ashes. And we go down to the riverbank, and I shit you not, like a fucking Hollywood movie. My uncle, I love him. He's a smart guy. He's getting older, and he's just kind of not really paying attention. So he goes down to the riverbank, and he just throws the ashes out into the water. Like, he doesn't drop down at all. He just throws them out. My second cousin is downriver and just goes,
oh, like Big Lebowski.
The ashes cover her entire body. I go, oh my God. They just cover my mouth. And she goes, and then ashes, grandma just goes, out, and I'm like, oh my God. And then my cousin, who's funny, she wraps her arm around her kid and goes, Grandma will always be with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes. And she just pours them out and then goes over like to the river and like washes her face and shit. And I was like, of course, that's such a Paisley family moment. That's exactly what would happen.
Ashes ended up in the river though.
Yeah.
Because she washed them off in the river, you said?
So I think
that's so funny.
I know. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, that is like a movie thing, but like actually witness, because I think everyone has an idea that it's going to be this, this
elegant.
Yeah. It's just, there's like music playing and there's soft.
A dove.
Yeah. Releasing doves.
Like a white deer will be across the bank and
he stops deer and noises. Looks at you and then just runs off into the forest.
Gives you a nod. Yeah, albino deer's like, yep.
Gives you a nod.
Grandma's safe.
Yep.
Okay, white deer.
We'll take.
Okay, you big.
Well, she's with us now.
She's with us now.
And then the ghost of your grandma runs into the forest with the deer.
She's riding the white deer.
The deer's not even there. It's a ghost too.
Well, all right, fine. If that's what it takes. But at 100, I was like, no way. But luckily, I mean, everyone's got a pretty good sense of humor, so we just laughed it off and carried it on with my life.
I actually just heard a story. Someone was talking about ashes, spreading ashes, because we were talking, dad stuff, and she was like, we actually did that with a family member. I don't remember who the family member was, but they went down, because like in a river, you pour it into a river or a stream, and it kind of rolls along with the river or the stream. They went to a lake, and they go down the shore, and they poured it in there. I think in their heads, it was going to like dissolve in the water and kind of go out in the thing. But it just pooled up and basically turned into cement.
It just sat there.
Yeah, it was just heavy and thick, just sitting there right in the thing. And what you want to do is you want to like push it out, but then it's like
you're just
So you start wafting it with and it's getting on your hand and everything.
It's like stirring a fire pit with water. You're like, oh, it's just soup.
Now it's on you.
Grandma soup. Yeah.
So I think everybody has an idea that they think it's going to be this glamorous thing, and it's just not.
And then last thing about it, but of course, Ezra has a hard time with the emotions, so we were singing a sad song, and he started crying, and then he got pissed that he was sad. He punched me in the dick in the middle of us singing.
Did you keel over?
Just like, and he's like, gave him like a hard...
Oh, fuck!
Just gave him like a hard kind of squeeze on the arm.
Did you throw him into
dude, you can't... I guess poured all the left of the ashes just fucking all over him. You'll never punch me in the dick. I pushed him into the nightstand.
This is what happens.
I pushed him into a bush.
You see this? Is what happens.
Do you remember the nightstand? All right, so you ready to move on?
Well, I want to say one last thing, because I usually forget things, but I remembered it. I want people to write in if they know, hey guys at Candy Dome Podcast, if you know the answer to this, when there is an accident and cars bash, and there's like shit, there's just like chunks of the car and glass, and everyone leaves, and it just sits in the. Why don't they have a team come in there, clean it up, and get out of there?
Because it probably is.
No,
like some sort of cleanup crew.
Well, maybe eventually, but I'm talking about like I've gone to intersections before, and there's just shit still laying in the intersection, and the road's back open.
Yeah,
you're driving over glass.
I think there's somebody that has to come in.
But why don't they get someone out there while they're doing it?
Probably don't have the budget for it.
Well, I'm sorry. All these cars driving through, popping tires and doing this shit. That's worth it.
Once again, it's a conspiracy. They're in bed with the fucking tire company.
They're in bed.
Goodyear. They're trying to get there, and Goodyear's fucking no. They're fucking holding
Giving
a
them a
gunpoint.
bad year.
Like, you're not coming down this fucking road.
Anyway, if you guys know why that is, I'm sure there's an explanation, is a simple explanation, and I don't want to know what it is.
Okay, I'm interested in finding out as well. So send that in. All right, let's get to the dicks.
Okay,
cool.
Is it dumb? Is it interesting? Is it cool? Then it's dick.
Well, I guess a little behind the scenes for our listeners, for our kids, for our children, just so you don't think your daddies are too perfect. We came into today's show, and both of us pulled the same story and had it back to back as we head in to record the episode today.
Maybe you should have checked what I did.
We're like, hey, what did you pick? And you're like, oh, I got this really funny story about blah, blah. I'm like, that's weird.
It's very similar to what...
And he's like, yeah, it was sent in by Mitch. Fuck me. Yeah, that was 100% my bad. But
I thought maybe it was just another train story, but it was a good train story. I'm like, wait, so I have a bad train story? You have a good one?
Well, this one could be good depending on how you look at it.
That's true.
If you like mayhem.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got?
Addicted to mayhem.
Like me.
All right. This was sent in by our train enthusiast son, Mitch.
Oh, honk.
As you said earlier. Hey, love the podcast and the content, but don't really care for the two guys that talk the whole time. Just kidding. Funny guy.
Oh, Mitch.
Much love and hope you're having a terrible day.
All right.
Dick, well, we're not going to read your story then, you fucking
I'll
asshole.
just shut the music off.
Yep.
Want to pick up? I'll go over to my story.
Yeah,
No,
let's
go
skip
ahead.
it.
All right.
Anyways, did anyone send in the story about the lady that was arrested in the back of a police cruiser? No, you did. Mm-hmm. Stopped on the tracks with the train approaching, blaring its horn. She did survive, but would love to hear your twisted spin on it. Well, because my coworkers and myself already have.
All right.
So I think we should play a portion of this video.
Okay, you pull it up. I'm just going to listen so we don't actually play the video at the same time.
Okay, here, let's see if we can do this right.
This
Okay.
body cam recording.
She could have.
About 7 seconds later,
She could have out that window.
another horn.
So just for people listening, it's body cam footage of the police officers, and the woman, she's arrested, she's handcuffed in the police car,
Yeah.
and they're talking to her.
Okay.
Who is that heart?
This time louder, but still no reaction from police. Over the next 8
How do you
seconds,
not hear that?
even more horns
Guys.
are heard before these two officers realize Rios Gonzalez is in danger.
And do nothing about it.
She is awake and aware and able to.
She is awake and aware. So basically what happened,
Blah, blah, blah.
they didn't realize this train was coming, even though it was laying on the horn, and she's screaming,
In the back seat. The train! Yeah, so they arrested her and then parked their car on the train
On the
tracks.
train tracks.
And then just continued on with their routine of, basically investigating what had happened.
and it looked to me like they were just having a like the male police officer is just like,
I could go
what
for
are
a-
you doing this weekend?
Go for a grand slam from Denny's after this.
Well,
What do you
tell
think?
you what.
Officer Pete?
Honk, honk. Let me out, there's a train coming.
Shut up!
And then, shut up! God, you're so dramatic. Hey, you have the right to remain silent, and I suggest you use it, or this can be used to get you fuck.
Yeah.
So then they realize it, and they basically jump out of the way, and the train plow. I know, but it's like they didn't even like try
Jumps
to
in
grab
front of
her.
it? Stop!
Yeah, stop, Superman. They jump out of the way. The train comes barreling through, and you can see the train hit the car and fly through off camera. Mm-hmm. And she lived somehow.
Which is, thank God. I mean, for her, for the officers, is the crime,
everyone.
Is the crime going to be less punished because she didn't die? Because if that's the case, it shouldn't be. Because fuck you.
And I wonder what she did. I didn't even read the story. What she did.
They said that she was, what
Jaywalking?
was it? Yeah. No, what she was doing was she was putting pennies on the train tracks. So they were showing her a lesson. No one flattens pennies.
Not in my town.
No one flattens government property
That's right.
in my fucking town.
Not in my county.
In my county, well, I won't stand for it. To prove a point, I'm parked this car right here so you can't keep putting pennies down.
You could back up 5 feet. Mm-hmm. Why on the train tracks?
I want to say, yeah, I mean, we can look up the story, but it wasn't like a major offense. It was something somewhat minor.
Petty.
Or she had something going on. So they arrested her. Doesn't matter. She could have been wanted for murder. Don't park the car on the train tracks. It kind of scares me and I know that there's going to be good people and bad people in every profession, but for a cop or police officer, sorry if that makes you mad, to just be so unaware to park on a fucking train track and then just be like, doo-doo-doo, where they have their AirPods in. Like, how did they not, like, say, blinded by the light. He's like, okay, shut up. You're ruining, Hall & Oates is on.
So
Keep it down.
You would have to not know you're on the train tracks, because if I parked on the train tracks, I would know that I'm on train tracks, and I would look to see if a train was coming. I wouldn't just get off.
But yeah, but even then, trains move fast. So if you're parked there, just because a train's not there now doesn't mean 5 minutes from now a train's not going to be there.
Right.
So just don't park on the fucking train tracks.
True.
Like, this didn't happen super quick. It's not like he parked it and got out, then the train came flying through. I'm sure there was several minutes that went by before this train showed up and plowed the car.
Did they park on the tracks and then go arrest this woman?
That's what I'm saying.
So
they pulled her over.
Could have
then
been
got
30
her-
minutes.
I know, and put her in the car and then figured it out. And then, I just got plowed. What a dumb move. It'd be like getting pulled over for a traffic stop. I don't know, your blinker, your tail light was out. And you get out of the car and he's like, please step out. We got to, blah, blah, blah. Put your hands on the vehicle. You're like, okay, sir, no problem. He goes, and now just slowly back into the highway. What? He goes, no. He goes, well, I'm on the highway. He says, no cars coming. He's like, cars hardly drive out here at 4 a.m. Go lay down on the highway.
Lay down. Yeah.
Lay down on the highway. We're going to figure this out. We're going to look up your license, do a little background check for you.
We're going to listen to some Hall Notes.
You right there, just sit down, crisscross applesauce, right there on the freeway.
Are you sure about this?
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, is it going to be fine?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I think I see a light coming. No, like I said,
you're seeing things.
No one drives out here.
You're wearing glasses. Look at me.
Look at me. I'm perfect. 20/20 vision. You got what they call it?
You're drunk.
Yeah, you're drunk. What's it called? God damn it. Microscope. Yeah, we're wearing fucking microscopes. What do you think you know? But yeah, just putting them in danger to finish up your job is fucking ridiculous.
There's a semi coming down the road. Shut up!
Ah, boo! Buzzkill! Anyway, so we're going out to dinner tomorrow night at that fancy spot you recommended.
Yeah.
Guys, it's the fucking train! Oh, God!
I love it right at they notice it right at the end. And I mean, imagine yourself when that train hits the car, you're thinking this woman's dead, right? Like, how can you not think that?
It said it was going 50.
It was hauling ass.
Yeah, and it wasn't
hauling oats.
And it wasn't a small train. It wasn't a small guy.
Yeah.
It wasn't a toy one. That'd be funny.
It's Thomas.
Hey guys, need some help? Oh no, how can I help you?
Oh, golly, get out of the way.
I gotta go through. Thomas has to go around.
Yeah, the narration.
Yeah.
The police officer parked on the track, so Thomas comes through, and hey,
I forget all the names, else I'd love to keep riffing on that. Or you get pulled over. Let's say you're downtown. You got in a fight, a bar fight, and they're just kind of contain you real quick. And he's like, "Okay, we're gonna figure this all out. We're gonna go in and talk to the manager. In the meantime, go climb that flagpole." He's like, "What? It's a fucking lightning storm." God, I've never seen lightning hit this flagpole.
Especially not going to do it twice.
No, and he goes, you've done the gym rope thing, right? He goes, yeah, I was great at it. Then get up there. You get up there, we're going to figure this out, and then we'll just get you down when we're done. It's just ridiculous that you'd put him in that much fucking trouble.
You done down there? Still up here.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Boo. You see any breaks in the storm up there? No, nothing yet.
Is it raining?
Is it raining? Anyway, yeah, it's fucking absurd that he'd put somebody...
A volcano?
Uh-huh.
Like you're running away and you're in the... Where would you be?
I don't know. You'd have to be like at a... What do you mine around volcanoes? Like salt? What kind of mines?
Maybe basalt.
You're a lava. You're a lava miner.
A lava mine, okay.
Mm-hmm. What's a pahoehoe?
You look for lava rocks.
Is it aha and pahoehoe to do different types of lava? Ropey one and then the pokey one? Is that what it is?
That's a band.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
Me.
Whenever I'm thinking about spiky, I'm like, I always confuse spiky lava and aha the band.
in
I just
80s
my
one-hit wonder bands.
My brain can't fucking piece it.
But
yeah,
imagine
so
that, it's gonna. You're like, all right, you need to go stand at the base of this volcano.
You're right, but it's fucking hot.
What if it's gonna erupt? It hasn't erupted in hundreds of years. What are the chances that it's going to do it right now?
Right, just fucking...
It's steaming.
Get up there. I had talked to these guys. I don't want you to hear what I'm saying. Go stand by the fucking active... Go stand by the active volcano. Get up there.
Okay, it's Yellowstone.
There we go. Perfect. Hot, flaming hot geyser.
You have to sit on Old Faithful.
Get in. Yeah.
Just sit on Old Faithful. It's comfy. Mm-hmm. Well, what if it's going to explode?
It just did. It goes off like clockwork. We'll be out of here in 5 minutes.
It's like give or take 5-10 minutes.
Right.
You know?
How long could it take? But that's
and then all of a sudden
crazy.
it's like a cartoon. It's up and he's like bouncing on the top of the geyser like they did in the cartoons, you know? Mm-hmm. He's up in the air. It's going and then the geyser stops and then he falls. Oh, what about this?
What?
You do something on an airplane. You're smoking on an airplane.
Okay. Or
you've got a switchblade on an airplane.
Right. Which I almost could relate to. I got stopped.
Yeah. So they're like,
Foiled
okay,
again.
We have to pull this plane over. Pull the plane over. Could you imagine that?
Can't pull over any further.
Oh, it's like, okay, well, we can't do that. So we have to get to this airport on time, so we can't land. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to toss you out the door.
Whoa!
And will be a team with a trampoline,
right,
waiting for you.
Are you sure?
They will catch you. Mm-hmm. Are you sure they catch me? I mean, they usually do.
I've done this once before, and they didn't catch them. But they promised they're going to try harder next time. Yeah.
They learn from their mistakes.
They're great people. That's the
They're hard
sign of a good
workers.
person. Yeah.
Trial and error.
Trial and error. Learn from your mistakes, and that's all you can ask.
Right.
So anyway, boom, shove a fucking.
Yeah.
Wah!
And so that's basically exactly the exact same scenario, but in the sky.
How that went down exactly. Well, that's funny, Mitch. I can't believe that shit. That is so ridiculous. I would have felt.
Do you think they'll be fired?
They better be, or maybe like they'll just be like get a week off. Like a week vacation for stress.
Yeah, what is that?
Paid leave.
When you shoot somebody and then you go on leave.
I don't know. Vacation? Mandatory vacation? I don't know what it's called. That's probably why people get shot so much by police officers, because they get to go on vacation.
That's so. I was just thinking Trayvon Martin and Zimmerman thing. Like, but can you imagine?
God, I'm so stressed out.
The police officer's like, I could really use a vacation, but I don't have any left.
Right, I already used them all up. Yeah.
He just goes in and kills
people.
someone so they go on vacation.
Oh, woo!
Shot him in the leg.
Shot him in the leg. I need to go home. I've got trauma.
You're really good at missing arteries. You just shoot them in like the right spot.
He's like, I've had 4 months of vacation this year.
There's just everybody that was shot by this one cop. They look and it's like the same spot on the leg
Left
every
leg.
time. Like this guy's consistent.
Elbow, in between fingers. Like just like weird shit. Okay.
Shoots their Achilles.
Right. Let's move on to my dick.
Okay.
And this is just an example of somebody who can't let something go. And I don't know exactly what happened, but this is absurd. So a New Jersey man, of course, was caught urinating on his ex-wife's grave nearly 5 decades after their divorce. What?
Wait, 5 decades?
Happened. Yes. 5 decades later. Michael
They lived together they were trapped together in the same house.
for 30 years.
Yeah, that's what happened.
He was trying to kill her and didn't get the chance.
Well, he killed her and then he's been pissing on her grave ever since.
Michael Andrew Murphy was horrified as he captured the desecration on September 18th, the gravesite in the Tappan Reformed Church Cemetery in Orangetown, New York. Tap it in. Give it a taparoo. Was the resting place of his mother, Linda Torello. So Murphy told local news outlets that his mother's ex-husband was leaving feces and urine at his mother's headstone for months, apparently holding onto a grudge from the 1970s.
Well, he's holding on to the tombstone to take a shit,
Yes,
too.
he is. The suspect, 68-year-old Dean Eichler, was briefly married to Torello before they divorced back in 1974. They've been in no contact since 76. How pissed do you have to be for something to happen back in 76 that in 2022 you just keep bringing bags of shit to their grave?
That's got to be a fetish or something.
Only married for a year. They had a bad breakup, Murphy told News 12 New Jersey. That should never happen to anybody. But I don't know about a bad breakup.
She died in 70? She died?
No, they were married for 1 year in 76. No contact. So then she passed away.
When
he
did she
found out
die?
about it, and then he starts fucking leaving shit and piss.
So how long was he doing that for?
It said months. So it must have like, he found out that something happened, found out where she was buried, and then he's like, finally, I get to go pee on her grave.
I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. Like,
I've only done.
I would never do it, but I get where someone would want to do that once. It's like one final hurrah, like fuck you in the grave.
Yeah.
Piss and shit on the grave. But then he must have gotten home and like, that was fun. And
You know
so
what? I still hate her.
yeah. And so
Yeah.
you wake up and you're like, I want to do that again. Now it's just, now you're getting a thrill out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
He said he and his sister started finding deli bags filled with shit at their mother's grave
well,
in
at least
April.
it was in a bag.
Yeah, a nice little deli bag.
He didn't
wrapped
just
up.
go straight on the grave.
Did he have the little plastic clippy thing to keep it fresh? Like give it a spin and then put the clip on there?
Or could you those food savers that you put on there? It sucks all the air out. He's like running through
Vacuum
the
sealed his
in his kitchen.
deli bag of shit. They figured the first one might have been dropped by a careless dog walker, but after the second bag, they got the police involved.
Like, oh, okay. It's like after the first tower was hit, they're like,
Yeah.
all right, well, sums up for this.
So yeah, they set up cameras and they caught him for like 4 days in a row, catching him doing this shit. And
Is there video?
I did not post the video. There's a guy explaining what happened in a video.
He's doing commentary of the video. Now, as you can see, the man pulls down his britches.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, it obviously makes him sad. He said, I'm sick. My sisters, my brothers were drained. So is his bladder.
Oh, okay.
Too late. Damages exceeding $250. So looks like he might not get in a lot of trouble. So that's, he got away with it. So I guess he wins. He wins.
I guess
He got his revenge.
The only thing illegal about that, I guess, would be
Who's he
public urination or defecation.
Not hurting his mom's feelings.
Or litter. Is that like if you?
Yeah, you can't just public indecency.
But if you like, if your dog poops and you don't pick it up, and a cop sees that, can you get in trouble?
It should be a felony.
No, is it?
I don't
is
think
it illegal?
so, but it should be death penalty. Fuck you if you're out there doing that. Yeah, you're the worst. I've stepped in so many dumb dog shits on the side of the sidewalk. It makes me so mad. And then you're like, even if you don't know and you track it into your car, thanks, guy. That's fucking sweet. Like, mistakes happen. Your dog will get out and shit somewhere. But man, the person who it's right up there with people that don't put their shopping cart back. Mm-hmm. Like, they'll just leave it.
Cart narcs?
I have, and it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same type of people. We were like, not my problem.
Yeah,
and they just leave it. I guarantee it.
Selfish.
If I had the stats in front of me to look at the amount of people that leave their cart out and then the same people that leave their dog shit in people's yards, I bet there's a 95% crossover between those two people.
I was just going to say.
There has to be. Fuck you.
I offer to take people's carts back, but I don't offer to pick up their dog shit for them.
Right.
So what does that say about me?
You're doing it right. You're well-raised human. I did pull one of the funny dad moves. It's not my joke, but it was someone else's that I read, and I pulled it off, I think, in Costco. He goes, hey, Target. He goes, hey, I'll take that cart. And I said, all right, I left a half tank in there for you.
Oh.
And then little dad laugh.
Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they let you in here, huh?
Oh, look who the cat dragged in. Hey, they'll let everybody in here, huh?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Let anybody in.
Let anybody in. Oh, Daryl.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. That's it. That's all I had for my dick. It was just a gross story. I don't know what happened, but it had to have been something bad. I hope it was just something not serious at all. Like tiny little thing
just
that
holds
pissed
a
him
major
off.
like how many?
That's not healthy.
Has he done that with other people?
All he does is shit on dead people's.
He
people that have
started
robbed him.
with.
He waits for them to die so he can go shit on their grave. That's weird.
I was gonna say I'd like to think that maybe he got to start with like the flaming bag of feces,
and just got addicted,
and then
it was a small taste.
Yeah.
Of the power of poop. How much poop can ruin a day? And he's like, oh. This is some powerful stuff.
Maybe he's just like, I just don't get the thrill anymore of that.
I gotta crank this thing up. I'm gonna start pooping on graves.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
If he's bringing it in a bag, he's not pooping on the grave. So he's carrying that thing with him in a sealed bag, and then he walks up and just drops it on the thing. So at least he's not like squatting and just shitting.
Just
that's different.
Blowing mud all over the tombstone.
Because that would be a lot worse than dropping a sealed bag of shit.
That's true.
So he's not that bad.
Lesson here, you gotta just try and let it go. I don't know what happened, but 30 years just waiting for someone to die so you can leave shit at their grave is just a little extreme. Let it go.
Maybe he just doesn't have a whole lot going on. Guy needs a hobby.
Yeah.
Maybe that is his hobby.
Right there. He's like, doctor says I gotta find something to do. Which is all I can think of.
Get a hobby.
Okay. Well, I've been trying to do something. But he's been fine. There was no beef for 30 years. He's like, I just don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
What should I do?
He's just trying some things
He's
out.
like, do you want to go kayak? I'm not really into kayaking. I've already done the hiking thing. I did that right out the gate when we broke up. That's all I did.
I tried to find myself. Didn't work.
No.
You know how I really find myself? Dropping my
vacuum bag deli bag vacuum shits on my ex-wife's grave. All right, let's hear some kid arguments. You ready to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Silence in the court! You are now entering the petty beef courtroom, where all sides of some bullshit will be heard and evaluated. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final-ish. This is Petty Beef.
All right, Joe. It's time to get back into the courtroom.
All right, I forgot my briefcase
Where's your
again.
briefcase?
I forgot it again. This is 16 shows in a row I forgot my briefcase.
I'm going to leave a bag of shit in the next time.
In my briefcase?
Maybe I was going to say, that'll remind you to bring it, but that'll probably be a turnoff.
I keep forgetting it. Or you don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're into that sort of thing.
You don't know.
All right.
What do we got?
Our first case was sent...
God, these fucking chairs suck.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It's about time you're coming around on this. This was sent in by our son, Lee, but it's only spelled with one E.
Cool, that was
like
probably fun.
Lee.
Lee.
I can only imagine what his parents are like. We're going to name him Lee.
They're just, they're super cheap, and they're saving money on ink.
True.
So they just cut one E off the back end. They're like, that's going to save us at least 2 Bic pens throughout his lifetime. All right, go ahead. What do you got?
So Joe and Brian, thank you for your continued work on the podcast. Always here we go.
Oh my
Here we go.
God!
He did a double space after the period. It threw me off.
That was the thing that threw you off?
Always glad to get my laff on with you guys.
The excuses are getting
stroking.
weirder and weirder. Oh my God, this fucking double space guy.
I've been taking the rap for most of these people, but some of the punctuation and grammar is just awful, and I haven't wanted to say anything, but I feel like I need to call
Now's the time.
Lee out.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he spells his name with one E.
So,
of course, he puts two spaces. He's dreaming for two E's. I was raised in a small town in a rural county. 146 in my high school graduating class for perspective.
Which is kind of fucking huge for us.
Yeah.
I think I had 220.
Well, I had two something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so not that big.
Joe, that's about 2.5 football fields.
Thank you for the conversion.
My wife was born in a different area. We met in college. Now, granted, after 30 plus years of marriage, he wants to murder her, probably.
Right.
I'm largely over this, but still chaps my ass. I grew up being told not to leave the refrigerator door open for anything. Get in and get out. End of story. My wife, not so much. She routinely opens the fridge, takes stuff out, makes multiple trips to the counter, uses said stuff, then returns it all to the fridge, then closes the door.
Okay.
She will think that there's a problem with the refrigerator when stuff. Oh my God! Let me try this again. She will think. See, this is the problem, Lee. God damn it! You're making me look like an asshole. She will think there's a problem with the refrigerator when stuff closest to the air vent freezes. Now, I once or twice in the past closed the door while she was at the counter doing whatever. She started with, "I'm not done," or "I was coming back." I know that game. I tried to explain, maybe mansplaining, though all the time that wasn't a thing. How the refrigerator doesn't really care if you're not done. It just knows getting warm and it isn't supposed to be. So now when So now when the open doorbell starts ringing, I can only shake my damn head because, well, I know the answer is to just don't explain shit. What sayest thou? Again, love the podcast. That's one for me because y'all too nasty for some people. She believing in the laws of physics.
Okay.
Your kid, Lee. Yes, one damn E, even though I'm pronounced like two. I'm a third. Get over it.
All right. Fair. All right. Okay. So
wait, hold on. You go ahead. I'm sweating reading this.
I thought you were bold coming in here with a hoodie on.
I was fine until that. I'm all sweaty now.
You got nervous?
Just reading that, I got all nervous. When I see a big grouping of words, I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go.
This show gets big enough to take it on the road and do like live ones. That's going to be a mess. That'll be a whole segment. He's going to put you at a podium.
Can Brian read?
And the audience goes like send stuff in. It'll pop up in real time.
I should read some Shakespeare. I was going to say, I can't even read regular stuff. English. So.
Yeah, so jumping over to Shakespeare is not going to help. Okay, so leaving the refrigerator door open. That is a good one. And I kind of put this in the same realm with light switches.
Yeah.
In the sense that was definitely an argument between Aaron and I. Every time before leaving the house, I make a trip around and turn off the fucking lights. There are times when I'm not kidding, there wasn't a light switch not turned on in the household, regardless of who was here. They're all just on. Now, with that said,
it's like a kid scared of the dark.
Yeah, it's always like, no, well, I'm coming back down. It's like, well, it's not really hard to turn a light switch on. Like that is where, so in the same argument with the fridge door, it doesn't matter if you're coming back unless you have like your hands full of like an infomercial.
Still got an elbow.
Yeah, exactly. An infomercial amount of shit that you're trying to put in there, which you never will have. Just open and close it again. Like that's just the only time that I can support the fridge door being open. And you might be with me or not with me on this one is when you come back from grocery shopping and you have a lot of shit to put away.
Nope, I'm still not with you.
You're still just going back and forth, even like for every single condiment?
I don't put it away. Wife does, because that's wife work.
Sure, gotcha.
I bring in the groceries in one take.
And flex.
Yeah.
And flex in the mirror while she puts it away?
I bring everything in at once, and then I stand or I lord over her in the kitchen and do a couple curls.
Like you still like what you see? After all these years, I'm surprised you're still impressed by me. She's like, I'm not. Well... Okay, well, I thought you were.
I usually do it for the
you're
neighbor.
not? And you just drop the fucking bags on the ground? All
Crush
right, well,
everything.
is that impressive?
Smash the bread.
Smash a jar of pickles? Mm-hmm. So not even if you're going back a bunch, you're closing that thing every single time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if I grab something out, turn around onto the counter, then grab it again and then shut it. But if I'm like doing stuff, then I'm walking away, putting stuff away, and there's 10, 15, 20 seconds, no. Shut it.
I would get yelled at growing up, but it wasn't about leaving the fridge door open. It was about opening it without knowing what I wanted out of the fridge.
Oh, you're just staring there, just tapping your fingers,
right.
like, what
do I want to squeeze it or a slice of cheese?
My dad did the same thing.
Yeah. So I'd get in trouble for that too. He would, it was more my stepdad. He'd be like, think about what you want before you open the fridge. Because it drove him crazy. Just, what do we got here?
Well, my dad kept batteries in the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's a story for another time.
Yeah. So we
got to bring that up.
Didn't want those batteries to go dead.
We got to make a note to talk about that story on the show because it's very funny.
Maybe we'll do it next week.
Okay.
Jinx. I mean, you could throw so many things into this. My wife, she'll be doing something in the sink. She'll have the water going.
Oh.
She'll walk in the other room and do something else. The water's running. I walk by, shut it off. And so we will get we get people that walk by our house, and in the middle of the night, sometimes if your car's unlocked, they'll just rummage through stuff.
Yeah. How are you supposed to not?
Yeah.
It's an unlocked car. Why would you can't just
how can you not do that?
Go take a little look around.
Right.
Yeah.
And it never happens with mine because I always lock it.
Like, oh, well, they're like, oh, shit, this car's unlocked. There must not be anything important. I'm going to go check it out.
Right.
I'll make sure they didn't leave anything really important or valuable in this unlocked car because that'd be a shame.
Yeah.
But they probably didn't because it's unlocked. So I'm going to make sure.
I'm going to assume there's nothing of value.
I pop in there, probably not $1,000 in here, but maybe.
You never know.
You never know. I'm going to take a peek.
One person's trash is
another man's $1,000.
So like, it never happened in my car because I always lock it.
Me too.
And my wife she gets home, doesn't matter if she's got kids or it's just her, she never locks the door. And then she'll wake up in the morning and something will be rummaged through and she'll be upset. One time her glasses were taken. She's all upset. And what I wanted to say was, if you lock the door, this wouldn't happen because they don't break the windows. They just rummage.
I was going to say, listen, babe, if you locked your door, you have a broken window and missing glasses.
Right. But they don't. See, the thing is, they don't. They just walk by and they check doors, I think.
A quick peek.
And if it's unlocked, they'll look through there.
Yeah.
And I think I've done that before. Like, well, if you locked your door, and then that is not the answer. That's not what she wants to hear. She wants to hear, "Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't lock your door for you."
No, she wants to hear, "I'm sorry that someone because this is wives. This is what wives do. They just want you to hear. They want you to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Your struggle
that happened to you. And what I want to say is, well, if you wouldn't have done something stupid,
then that wouldn't have
happened. But they don't want to hear that.
No one wants to hear that.
And then when it happens again, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened. And be like, okay, this is the second time. Fool me once. You can't get fooled again.
Right.
So I have to, when I get home, I go and I check her door to make sure it's locked. Yeah. And then that looks like mansplaining or something that I'm doing that. I'm like, no, I just don't want shit to get stolen.
Like, honey, come here. I know. 1 second. The kids are fine. Come here. You see this little thing that pops up and down on your door? So when that little...
Real quick.
Check this out. So I push this button and the stick goes up. What that means is your car's unlocked and your sunglasses are going to go missing. Now check this out. When I push this button right here, it makes like the lock noise.
Right.
The stick goes down. Now look, I can't get in.
And you still get your sunglasses.
I can't get in. You're going to have your sunglasses tomorrow. So to review, there's this button right here, and it goes back both ways. So
all you have to do is push the button. It was that easy.
You got it? She would stab you. That's so funny to me.
She'll say like, well, the kids were in a bad mood or whatever.
I know, but it's this easy.
You still just can push a button.
You know what doesn't help bad mood kids? When you don't have your sunglasses tomorrow. So, and this is cool. Check this out. So on every door, there's going to be these buttons and you just push them and that's it. Sometimes, like I know you with your car, you have this key fob.
Yeah.
So
new one.
No matter where you are, watch this. You push it. Look, That easy. So even if you forget the little button, when you're inside, push this other button, and you're gonna have more sunglasses. I love you. I'll see you.
And if you'd
I'll sleep on the couch. Bye.
If you'd hang your keys by the door, you would know. You'd
Where your keys
remember
are.
instead of they're in your purse somewhere where I have to look for them every time and I can't find them. But that's another story.
That is. We'll get into that. This goes back to the. Okay, I have to share this really quick, and then we get back to the refrigerator. Just because I find this so funny. My friend, who is the smartest person I know, he's also the biggest idiot I know. He's one of those people. Just the
Oxymoron.
Book smarts out the fucking asshole. He went to Johns Hopkins for like mechanical engineering, like top of the class, fucking aerospace engineer. Already retired because he's 36 and he's already retired. Because that's how.
But he's got no street sense.
He got no street. He's just a fucking idiot. No, but he was in Baltimore, and he lived in a place that wasn't sweet when he was going to college, and he was so sick of his car getting broken into. That he started rolling all the windows down and leaving the doors open.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, he was like, fuck it. I will leave nothing in my car. I will leave the doors open, like sometimes open, like not unlocked. Fucking
Just leaves them open.
And all the windows down so people quit smashing them out.
Yeah.
So they quit trying to take shit out of his car. So I don't know what his, I believe he would unhook the battery so that like the car wouldn't start. So people would think that it was just a broken car. So they couldn't steal it. Unless they really, really
Imagine
wanted
having to do that every night. And every morning when you get in there, you got to rehook the battery.
Back home, just roll your windows down.
But at least you're not paying for a broken windshield.
That's what he just got sick of it. Yeah, he just got sick of it and just left a fucking whole made the whole thing look like it's already been robbed. So that somebody else wouldn't come in and smash the windows out.
He actually busted the windows and made it look like it was on the side of the road, trashed.
And I don't remember how many windows. I know. Out of your own window?
Cop pulls up. What are you doing? Oh, it's okay. It's mine.
I'm breaking my own windows out. Why?
I'm kicking my own ass.
Do you mind? Okay, that was it. So back to the refrigerator. And back to the sink thing. I would get in trouble, and I'm sure I still do this for the most part. I will leave the sink running while I brush my teeth. Does that make you mad?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So my kids will do that.
I don't know why. I'm very like with lights in the fridge door.
Why?
I don't know. I guess keep it on.
The only time I have the water running is when I wash my hands. So you turn it on. I don't shut it off because I don't want to have to hit it again. You wash them, then you shut it off, then you dry your hands.
Yeah, so you get soap all over the knob.
Right.
Yeah, that would drive some people crazy. That I leave that on. I'm getting better at it, but I did do that for a long time.
Fix it.
Just turn it off. You fucking fix it. Okay. I'll fine. I'll never do it again, Brian. All right. So back to the door. It's going to be a split decision for me. Close the door between visits to the fridge. However, the one little pass you have from me is if you are just getting back from grocery shopping and there's a ton of shit going in, that doorbell is going to go off for a bit. You just got to put stuff in there. You can't keep opening and closing it over and over for all the fridge stuff.
The bell?
Yeah, well, the alarm is what he called it a bell.
I've never heard of that.
When the door's open for too long, it'll like go did it, and let you know your fridge is too dumb.
We must have a really old fridge.
You have a dumb fridge. You need a smarter fridge. Yeah, the old ones I don't think have a little alarm on them, but like since like the 2000s,
you've got money, so you have. Like,
I got tons of money, so the whatever year forward, it lets you know when it's open. It'll beep at you.
Okay. I have been wanting to get a new fridge, so
I'll get one that will let everybody know how dumb you are.
What if you get one that it shuts itself?
They have those?
No, I'm saying like maybe that's what they need to do. You're like, hey Siri,
shut my fridge door.
Don't shut it because I'm throwing some stuff in there. Or you're like, hey Siri, shut this fucking door.
God, how annoying would that be?
Well, I don't understand what you're saying.
I found this on the internet for you.
Yeah.
It's like it looks like milk. You're like, I don't fucking what?
Hinges make a door shut and open.
It's open. Would you like me to search for more?
Do you need hinges?
You just sit on the couch and Amber opens the fridge door and you're like, Siri, close the door. It's like, God damn it.
She turns around to grab the groceries and it shuts behind her.
Shutting it. Siri, shut it again. Okay, so that's my
Siri,
ruling.
Get a divorce document put together.
Put together. No problem. Right after I shut this door.
I found divorce lawyers.
Yeah. So that's my ruling.
Shut the door.
Shut the door. That's the end of it for you.
Shut the door.
Okay. All right. Fine.
And turn off the water and shut the windows and turn off the lights.
Yep. There's some good stuff in there. I'm sure we'll dive into more cases just like it in Petty Beef down the road. All right. Wow. Fuck. We're running long today.
So she
never said that. She implied that. She meant to say that.
Yeah,
Okay. We're gonna move on to another part of the show. Ready?
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
All right, so there's a couple emails from the kids that we want to get to today. If you've noticed, we're just going to jump forward to this. We want to make sure we get that into today's episode, but we'll get you guys the previous two segments that we normally do on next week's show, but these other ones we want to make sure to get to for today. Do you want to read the first Hey Guys email? Brian, you want me to?
I feel like I've been reading a lot and been fucking it up, so how about you read it?
I got it. Our first one's coming in from our penis-loving little sweetheart, Jamie. Okay.
Sorry you had to read that. I actually wrote that.
Well, that's fine. Who doesn't like a sweet penis? Hey, daddies. Your long-lost daughter, Jamie here. Episode 13, you all were talking about kids slapping you in the dick. Yeah. I didn't even know this was in today's show. And when I mentioned fucking Ezra punched me in the dick. I also read the email where a kid bit someone right on the head of his dick. That story still haunts me. I think about it a lot. Well, I have a story for you from a buddy of mine that I had to share. One day, I got a picture from my friend. Let's call him Captain Asshole. Perfect. It was just of him cupping his dick, and everything around it was bruised, swollen, and just nasty looking with the caption, "Broke my dick." A few days later, I got an apology text. Oops. Dude, I'm sorry I sent you a picture or sent you pictures of my dick. I was hopped up on meds and I thought, Jamie would love this. She loves gross shit. I proceeded to let him know I do like it, but I needed a story to go along with it. Then I broke my dick story has to be epic. So here we go.
Real quick before we jump in here.
Okay.
Do you take that as a compliment or is that kind of like, is that what he thinks of me?
I would take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even care if it was a dick or a vagine or boobs. Like, you trust me enough to know that I'm not, like, as a friend, you send that to me and it's not going to be a sexual thing. I'm looking at it for what you were showing me.
Right.
Like, I'm not being like, what you want to get married? That's not where, yeah.
Well, no.
But you know what I mean? Like, I'm fine with that being, he'd be like, this is fucked up. I got to show Joe.
I was thinking, yes, we have that relationship. I was thinking of someone, they're like, oh, you got to see this. It's fucking disgusting. You would love it. And
Lay it on me, baby.
And then some people might think like, what? Is that what they think about me? That I like disgusting? What else does he think about me?
You're
anyway.
Too far in your, yeah, fuck, man. Try not to get stuck in that headspace. That's going to be a sad world for you. Just accept it, you weirdo.
No, it's fine for me.
I'm not talking to you. Okay. I'm talking to listeners.
Stop yelling at me.
This is not about you. This is about listeners in general. That was just like a philosophy. I was like, and now I will tell you.
And now back to the story.
Embrace your weirdness. He called me, and after a long sigh, he says, nope, not even a little. I guess he says laying in bed, just waking up with morning wood when his kid ran in the room and jumped directly on his shoulder. It says soldier. His toddler snapped his dick.
No, I think it's supposed to say soldier.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes more sense.
Dick.
That makes more sense. His toddler snapped his dick.
Unless his dick is so big it drapes over his shoulder.
My brain was like, he jumped on his shoulder, then he rolled over and broke his dick. So that's why my brain fucked that up. After the ER run and being home recovering, he also informed me he couldn't get hard or would rip the stitches. That's fun. He survived. Guess it hooks a bit more to the side now, but works great.
Wait, he needed stitches? It didn't just bend?
Doesn't that? Fucking guess not. Also, I texted him permission to send this in, and he corrected me. He didn't break his dick. He had a penile fracture, quote, end quote. Love the podcast. You guys crack me up. I run a cleaning business and listen to you while scrubbing toilets and cleaning houses. Sucks when my headphones die and I play the podcast out loud. Also worries someone I'm going to come in and hear me, or it also worries me that someone's going to come in and hear me listening to you guys talking about fucking dolphins, or how everyone will have a dick in their mouth one day. Anyway, hope this email makes it on the show, but if not, enjoy the laughs.
I'm telling you, Joe. I'm telling you, they like the dick stuff.
Everyone likes the dick stuff.
I think we talked about this in the Patreon thing that we just
bonus
posted
content.
That Joe gets a little bit worried about too many dicks in the story. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think people like it.
I think it's a little too much of a good thing. If it's nothing but that, there's no way.
I could talk about dicks all day. Yeah,
we're better than that.
I mean, yeah.
That's funny.
As you can tell, I just want to talk about penises more.
Me too. Kids are terrible. That's what I just got from that email.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got little kids, which Joe used to have, I have right now. So I've never broken my dick, but I've come close.
Getting punched and
luckily it's never been hard, and I've been punched in the dick and balls plenty of times, but it's never been hard, so it's not done permanent damage.
Hardest from the kids, the hardest ever was skateboarding when I racked myself on a handrail. Though that hurt, but the hardest from kids was trampoline. where I was like paying attention to one and the other one jumped on me, but then just folded their knee up.
Oh,
so they just came down with a flying knee to my balls. That one sucked.
Mine was
I came out alive.
A ground ball in baseball.
Those are fun. We gotta wear a cup.
Well, here's the thing. Like I used to wear a cup all the time, and then when the one game I didn't have the cup, and then that's all you're thinking about. You get over. It's like, and then it happens.
Oh man,
because you're thinking about it so much.
Okay, you want to read our second email?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Our second email is from our little southern scientist.
Ooh, proud of you.
This is another follow-up to the bee math.
Okay.
That we followed up on last week, I believe.
Sure.
Which said the 100-pound bee would be 4 miles long.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'd like to say right now, we both kind of knew it wasn't that, but it was too funny not to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody
I was like, there's no way this is, before the show, I was like, there's no fucking way.
That's the thing. Like, if anybody's noticed by now, we're not, it isn't like one of those fact checking shows. If somebody sends in something, we're gonna read it
because this makes us laugh.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, we although I didn't right away think it's not possible.
Yeah. The more I thought about it, I was like, what the fuck is this? But I'm not taking it out of the show because it was so funny to think about a bee that big. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so hey, Big Daddies.
Hey,
Jake, your friendly Nashville-based physician, scientist, and loving son here. Just wanted to write in about this 100-pound bee question. I listened to the opener of this week's episode and cringed when I heard the description of a 4-mile-long bee and had to do my own math because it just sounded incredibly scary. And he says, so let's get boring. And so I'm not going to read because it's a bunch of math and
equations
words
and
numbers, and I can't read, nor am I good at math. So that will be just a fucking disaster if I try to do it.
Okay.
So basically, he threw a bunch of math that I don't even know. Maybe he's not right either.
I know.
He could be full of shit too.
I love in one of the paragraphs, he goes, anyway, using some not so fancy algebra and equation manipulation. It's like, I don't know what. Like I'm like,
you're
no,
just using big words.
All algebra is going to be a fucking mess in my head.
There's a lot of parentheses and carets and slashes and things in this and equal signs.
I think I talked about that before, but pre-calc. What made me change majors in college. I was like, I'm not doing this.
I think I got to algebra and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I did the bare minimum.
Yeah, I barely got through algebra then pre-calc. I was like, this is made up shit. This is ridiculous. I'm out of here. Okay.
So going through, not reading this whole thing, by the end of it, you basically get to a length of 5 feet and 2 inches. Width is a foot and height is a foot.
That's a pudgy fun. That's a more fun bee to beat the shit out of.
Not quite 4 mile bee, but scary as fuck to think about. Love to show you guys your loving son Jake. Yeah, it's still frightening to think about a bee being that big. Obviously, it's better than 4 because now you split that in half. You've got a 2.5 foot bee. You're fighting 2.5 foot long bees.
That I can
a little more reasonable.
Yeah, if I could throw a haymaker and maybe catch one of those bees. Still so loud and
crane
funny.
Kick maybe.
Yeah, a little spinner. Kick a wing off, but still loud.
Roundhouse kick, double dragon.
And we did joke about the sound that the bumblebee would make. But this little pudgy fun guy, that much weight, that consolidated with the wing size and flaps.
I'm guessing like a vibrating dildo that's like when you open a drawer and it's just going. Yeah, probably something closer to that.
This seems more accurate, Jake. Thank you. And his math, although not exactly the same, pretty close. But there were other people that are smarter than us that sent in emails that were like, "Hey guys, that's not the way. That's fucking right. You got to follow some cube law." And they kind of came out with these same measurements of 5 foot 2 inches.
But that's not as fun.
1 foot. Not even close. As an Independence Day ship sized bee. Okay.
You know what would be funny? Like this is another equation. If someone can figure this out, this would be fantastic. So a bee, and then so you take how do you measure sound again? What do you need?
Frequency?
No, like
volume, amplitude.
No, like when you go to the sound,
decibels.
Yes, the sound, like a decibel meter, like however you measure sound. So a regular bee. I want to know what the level of decibel a bee makes.
100-pound bee would make.
Well, no, a normal one. And then use that same math to figure out what a 100-pound bee would do. So we can actually place what the sound would sound like.
Yeah, and then compare that to like, what is that? Like, is that as loud as a monster truck? Like,
yeah, exactly.
How many decibels is this?
Compare that to what that would be closest to.
We just got to wrap our head around this bee thing, man. And then we can move on with our life. But
I feel like it's going to be stuck with us for a while.
Stings.
Would you wear your bee suit?
If it wasn't ripped, but I would gladly wear that. I wish I still had it. It's gone.
We should go check and see if that stain's still on the road.
Oh yeah. People that don't know what the fuck we're talking about, they're just like, what? What the fuck is going on right now? Okay,
should
you
put
ready?
it on our honey-do list.
Yeah, we should. I get it. Okay, should we wrap this thing up?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it right now. Yeah, again, support us on Patreon. It is the number one way.
Can't stress that enough.
Cannot stress that enough to make sure we can continue to do this show and grow this show and keep the lights on, but also expand it. That's what we want to do. So head
We've
over
done
to
2 extra episodes so far, and we're going to keep that up, and we'll find out what you guys are liking.
Yep. And what you don't.
And we got some fun ideas, and we have some ideas that we want to do, like some milestones that we'll do some crazy shit, like blow each other
and jump out of an airplane. Same time, same thing.
69, blowing each other while we're jumping out of an airplane.
With one parachute.
Can you orgasm by the time you get to the bottom?
That's the name of the show. We just do different things and see if we can come before it's over. Like, can we come while bird watching? You know, things like that. Patreon.com/canyoudon'tpodcast. You can also find a link in the episode description. And along with the bonus content, you get early releases.
Yeah.
You get ad-free. There's some merch discount codes. So, I mean, it's all in there. Go check it out. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Can You Don't Podcast. Of course, we got the YouTube channel. If you're watching this right now, you're like, yeah, I know. I'm there right now, bro. Come on. But if you don't, you can head over there and subscribe. Just search for Can You Don't Podcast, and then keep sending in those confessions and whatever other content you want to see on the show. And that email is hey guys, hey Can You Don't Podcast. HTTP www.pbs.org.
Jump on your Netscape navigator and navigate on over.
From viewers like you. Thank you. Hey guys at canyoudon'tpodcast.com. That's where you said it. Then rate and review us wherever you listen to your shit. Okay, I got a joke.
Okay.
All right.
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
Sent in by our goody child TJ. I don't even know why I wrote that. What did the bra say to the hat? I'll cover these two. You go on ahead.
Oh.
Get it?
Yes, I get it.
Boobs are the two.
I get it. And
head is a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, huh? 16's over.
Over the shoulder boulder holder. Remember that?
I remember
you were in
that.
elementary school?
Never forgot. That's
never forget.
Chasing dreams, baby. Okay, let's see these guys next week.
All right.
Bye, kids. Please
join the
behave
Patreon. We'll see you in there.
Please behave yourself, kids, until we see you next week. I don't want to get you guys in trouble again. I will. I'll get the belt out. Bye, guys!